Great field of cars here to start the 2011 CRA Sullivan RV Late Model Sportsman season. The final feature of the day here at the 2011 Cabin Fever 200. Nick Pressler, Charlie Hanna, the front row. Dean Cook, Rick Reinhardt, row 2. John Marshall, Jason Atkinson in row number 3. Row 4, Brett Niles Jr. and Brian Ross. Row 5, Nick Moore and Keith Cirkowitz. Row 6, Mark Lambert, Rick Sullivan. As now we have a bit of a tussle. Not sure if we're going to be able to get this one started. Nonetheless, we are coming around through corners number 3 and 4. Green flag in the air. Final feature of the day. On the initial start, the 42 car with problems over in corners number 2. That's Bobby Sibla being scored today as the number 142. He never really got going here on the initial start. And as he stops in corner number 2, we will have a complete restart. Field is correctly lined up. We're going to try this again. No laps scored on the initial start. So we will have a complete restart here. Nick Pressler going to be your pole sitter. CRA Late Model Sportsman champion 2 years in a row. Charlie Hanna outside of row number 2. Or actually outside the front row, row 2. Al Cook Jr. and Rick Reinhardt, green flag. Dean Cook in the 8 car, driving the car that Al Cook Jr. drove last year, getting some help from Happy Motorsports. Nick Pressler moves into the race lead. Problems in corner number 3. 56 car hard into the outside wall. That was Jerry Andrews in the 56 car as he hit the outside wall pretty hard in corner number 3. Third time, hopefully going to be the charm here as we try to start this 75-lap portion of the CRA Sullivan RV Late Model Sportsman feature, part of Cabin Fever 200 2011. Nick Pressler, Charlie Hanna, Dean Cook, Rick Reinhardt. The first 2 rows, they round corners number 3 and 4 again. We're racing now again at Plymouth. Pressler in the 10, jumps into the race lead. Charlie Hanna out of Goshen, Indiana, drops into second. Dean Cook, a former regular at the Plymouth Speedway. On the third spot to Rick Reinhardt. Reinhardt, a long-time CRA Sportsman competitor. Ross in the 3 car. Knows how to get around Plymouth, and right now he's making that outside lane work. Ross in the 3. Hanna the 68. Both trying to challenge Nick Pressler in the 10. Ross is going to get second. That's high by. He goes to the outside now of Nick Pressler. That's for the race lead. Pressler in the 10, trying to hold off the veteran Brian Ross. Ross working the outside lane. A couple of black cars in the first 2 spots. Charlie Hanna in the white paint job. A new paint job for 2011, sitting in 3rd. Lap 13, Brian Ross training as the race leader. He's going to get the full advantage down the backstretch. Meanwhile, Pressler battles back to the inside. He has to brake check up a little bit. Brian Ross now officially your new leader at lap 14. Jason Atkinson moves to the inside of Rick Reinhardt for the 4th spot. Reinhardt drifts up a little bit high. He's going to lose a spot to Atkinson. He loses another spot to Dean Cook. Pressler in the 10, washing up a little bit. Almost opened the door. Fourth and 5th place, Atkinson and Cook doing a good job fending off the rest of the field. Rick Reinhardt dropped back to 6th. Dean Cook sits in 5th. Brett Miles Jr., the 32, gets challenged by Cirkowitz. Cirkowitz to the inside. Sturkowitz, always a competitive person when he comes to Plymouth Speedway. Sturkowitz drops back now as they approach the lap car, Brick Sullivan. Wrestler in the 10 car, still trying to get around the lap car, Mark Parker. The lap car, Sullivan. Letting the faster cars of Cook, Miles, Sturkowitz, and Reinhardt go by. Cook, 5th. Miles, 6th. Sturkowitz, 7th. Reinhardt, 8th. John Marshall in 9th, Mark Lambert in the 18, rounding out the top 10. Battling still here with the 32 car of Brett Miles Jr. If he can hold the bottom, Sturkowitz may have something from Mean Gene Cook. Chad Richardson with problems along the high side of the racetrack. He's trying to stay out of harm's way. Possibly a flat tire on the 46 car for the Fairfield Speedway regular. Indeed, flat tire. Sturkowitz side by side again with Gene Cook. This battle for 5th. Cook doing a good job so far, holding off Sturkowitz. Brett Miles Jr. sitting right there still as well. 45 laps complete, 30 to go. Problems for the race leader, Brian Ross. Brian Ross pelted the outside wall. Brian Ross was the race leader, and as he belts the outside wall, big problems on that car. No caution. Nick Pressler retakes the race lead. So as Nick Pressler becomes the race leader, Jason Atkinson in the 7 car, sitting in 2nd. Now all of a sudden it's a fight for the lead. Pressler, Atkinson, the front 2. Charlie Hanna sits in 3rd. Keith Sturkowitz 5th, Rick Reinhardt 6th, Brett Miles Jr. 7th, battling with John Marshall. He sits in 8th. Reinhardt to the inside of Sturkowitz again down the back straightaway, but to no avail. Working around the lap car, Steve Stacy. Reinhardt a little bit loose. Outside, and Jason Atkinson couldn't do anything with it off the corner that time by. Cook doing a masterful job of holding on to the number 4 position over Keith Sturkowitz. Good battles all around the racetrack. Back up front of the race, Pressler. More and more pressure being applied by Jason Atkinson. 10 laps to go this time at the line, but instead we got a caution flag. Brian Duncan's yellow flag is shown to the field once again here this afternoon. Problems on the back straightaway, as it's the number 17 car. That is Keith Sturkowitz, the Midnight Blue towing Chevrolet, with problems on the back straightaway. As the field doubles up here for the restart with 11 laps remaining, Brian Duncan shows the field 1 to go. Brian Ross dominated most of this race here today, but now with just 11 laps remaining, Nick Pressler trying to seal the victory here this afternoon. Rounding corners number 3 and 4, green flag back in the air. Bobble on the restart. Problems in corner number 2. Dean Cook spins. The field stacked up behind the bobbling number 7 car of Jason Atkinson. And with that, the 8 car of Dean Cook gets hit in the back, and he spins around in corner number 2. Plymouth regular Nick Pressler trying to hold on to the race lead. Jason Atkinson second, Charlie Hanna third. Brett Miles Jr. fourth, John Marshall fifth. Green flag in the air. Lambert in the number 6 spot. Has done a good job all day avoiding attrition. He's got odds here for a good top 5 finish. Marshall and Miles battling for 4th. By the 32 car of Brett Miles Jr. and the 68 of Charlie Hanna, and John Marshall spins him. John Marshall gets into the back of Charlie Hanna. Steve Stacy dives to the infield trying to make evasive action as the yellow flag had already flown for something else on the racetrack. But after the caution flag, the field stacking up as Charlie Hanna and Steve Stacy get involved in corner number 4. Caution flag comes out. 6 circuits remaining. Field doubles up, 1 to go, signal shown to the leader, Jason Atkinson. Atkinson got the lead on the last little short green flag run. Nick Pressler in the 10 car going to try to chase him back down here. Just a little over a handful of laps remaining. Rounding corners number 3 and 4. Final circuits here at Plymouth. Great jump by Jason Atkinson. Brett Miles Jr. gets around Pressler as well. He goes to the number 2 spot. Marshall and Hanna trying to chase down Pressler as well. Yellow flag once again. Rick Reinhardt problems in corner number 2. So as Reinhardt spins, we go back yellow. Six circuits remaining. Jason Atkinson, Nick Pressler. The front 2 cars, Brett Miles Jr. sits in 3rd, Charlie Hanna 4th, John Marshall 5th. Here we go. Northrup with problems on the restart. He'll pull to the infield. Charlie Hanna battling with Nick Pressler for the number 3 position. Hanna's looking like he's going to get the spot. Charlie Hanna pulls into the number 3 spot. Pressler back to 4th. Lambert makes a bid for 5th around Marshall. Cleared Marshall. Now he's going to try to make a bid for 4th on Pressler. Side by side down the backstretch. Noblesville, Indiana. Mark Lambert having a strong showing into the start of 2011. Marshall not done working on Lambert. Still working on Pressler. Marshall thought about giving the bump and run. White flag in the air. 1 last lap. Problems in corner number 2. John Marshall spins. Marshall spins in 2. Coming out of corners number 3 and 4. The Oak Motors fusion of Jason Atkinson wins the CRA Late Model Sportsman feature today at the Cabin Fever 200. John Marshall got spun, headed into corner number 1 on the last lap. No caution flag was shown to the field, but car number 7 of Jason Atkinson comes up victorious today to start off the 2011 season for the CRA Sullivan RV Late Model Sportsman.